So, an open question to everybody here in the YouTube gaming community, and that, of course, is what defines a hidden gem, or what to you is a hidden gem? This could be, of course, varied to movies or video games or even music, if you want to use that as a category place point. Now, when it comes to me and games, when I used to really get into gaming, I started to heartily collect games. This is at least 9 years ago. I really heartily just dived right into it. Started collecting games left and right. Just, things that interest me, things that grabbed me, things I would like to play and would like to play in the future times that come, or just build bulk collection at the time. And now I'm just sort of a conservative builder of a collection where I kind of am very picky, usually anyway. Or I go off a whim, or someone makes a suggestion, I try out their suggestion, and then if I don't like it, I just go to hell with this game and never kind of listen to them again, because it usually will probably lead to the same kind of ordeal for me. So, a hidden gem by definition is something almost unknown, but yet it resembles a super high quality when it comes to production and or based of what it is in gameplay or whatever else. You got so many games out there, like Little Samson or whatever, which are now established of being known of what they are, but they're still a gem, because it was, at the time, very, 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 very low whispers about this game at all, so you vaguely heard about it, right? That's an example. You have Earthbound, which is much more established now than it was then. Did not get quite up traction until now, where it's a very, very, very sought after game, and it's well established. So it's sort of like a snowball effect when it comes to being distinguished or established, where originally if a game did not have attraction when it came, when it came to it originally put out during the time, but yet it resembled really high quality, then that can of course label itself as a gem. Hidden gem is a game that's basically vaguely anyone knows about, such as Conquest of the Crystal Palace, for example. Barely anybody knows about that game. Not as much as you would think. I mean, it's slowly building up that traction, people kind of acknowledging it, going, oh yeah, that game right there, yeah, woo! And then that's practically it. I mean, heck, we can even look at the TurboGrafx 16 collection, because it's a very vague system, where it was technically in the console race, per se, back in the heyday with the 16-bit era, or kind of called the golden age of gaming when it came to consoles. And it was there where it had a bunch of gems in that entire collection, like a ton of gems. Where, yes, now people are starting to establish what the TurboGrafx 16 is and starting to play that said console, but it's still, again, a very vague system where it's not easy to distinguish, or many people might not even know what the hell the thing is, so it becomes easily a gem. So, to me personally, a game has to be vaguely known and has to have exceptional quality to it. Not perfect quality by any means, but exceptional quality, where it's, very good to very fun to very playable, just memorable. So, I see people post videos, though, on the other hand, that post games such as Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, which, the Legend of Zelda 3, basically saying, oh yeah, it's such a hidden gem, man, that's such a fucking great game, and I'm looking at my screen going, what the fuck? I understand games are getting older and everything too, but that doesn't mean that the game series is not unestablished. People know what the Legend of Zelda is, and eventually lead themselves into that said game. It's not unheard of for people to almost know what the Legend of Zelda is, or even Mario Brothers, or even half these games. Half the time my people here claim are hidden gems for that said game or game series. But I digress. It isn't for me to say, at the end of the day, what people can establish as one. I mean, to me personally, I disagree with it, and that's pretty much what I leave it as. I'm not going to say, you're a jerk because you believe that. That isn't me to say that. That's rude. So, basically to me, again, at the end of the day, games such as The Seventh Guest, which was critically acclaimed back in the day, Yes, now is becoming more obscure when it comes to hearsay, unless you were like a vintage computer game collector. You're vaguely going to know what the hell that is, but it was established enough where it couldn't quite be a hidden gem, but it can be a gem. You know, that's that term. I think it gets over butchered when it comes to sometimes being labeled in certain games, but a hidden gem is something that's vaguely known. You know, it's just, you know, what the hell it is. But basically, that's my answer to the question. I mean, what is everyone else's answer to the question is what I want to know. But anyway, take it easy, folks.